Hi, my name is Elizabeth McPhearson, and I'm going to be sharing with you today ways to create behavior monitoring tools and student contracts to promote positive behavior. So this comes from some research done by Wiebe et al. That looked at reporting teachers' knowledge and implementation of specific research-based classroom behavior management strategies. In their research, they surveyed about 160 teachers using 10 strategies. One of the strategies reported in this research was promoting appropriate behaviors. In the research, teachers did indicate that they were knowledgeable and frequently implementing this promotion of appropriate behaviors. It did, however, show some discrepancy between two districts, that teachers in one district did seem more confident than others. As a teacher who's worked in high behavior classrooms before, I think this can be very indicative of how the district handles significant behavior, that some teachers may feel more confident than others. So I would like to really hone in on this positive behavior intervention in two systems, a classroom model and an individual model. So in our classroom model, I think a token economy system can work really well. I've taught in a self-contained setting for students with kind of emotional and behavioral regulation disorders, and a token system worked really well for me. So the purpose of a token economy is to establish positive behavior, to not focus on consequences for negative behavior, but to focus on reinforcement for positive behavior. Students can visualize their progress. Token economies almost always rely on some sort of sticker chart or actual token or money system, so students can really track their progress themselves. They learn to do this self-monitoring and regulating behavior. And the great thing from a teacher perspective is that it can be as simple as or complex as you want. You know, you can simply set up a sticker chart for students, or you can go as complex as a store and a money system and these kind of things. It's also easily accessed by all adults. If you're a special education teacher working with general education teachers or paraprofessionals, it can be very easy for adults to jump on board and do this system with you. So the basics of implementing a token economy system look like this. You want to identify those positive behaviors. What are you asking your students to do? Once you've clearly identified the behaviors you're looking for, you're going to establish reinforcers. So what are they earning? What are they working towards with their positive behavior? For some schools, this is time, time outside, time with preferred adults, time on the computer. Other models might be a school store where they could spend their money or their tokens or their stickers on something in a prize bin or a school store, whatever that might be. Once you've identified the behaviors and how you're going to reward or reinforce the behavior, decide on what your token system is going to be. Are you going to use coins, stickers, a money system? You kind of have to just lay out how kids are going to earn what they're earning and what it's worth. Once you get that set up, you're initially going to give constant reinforcement. Kids are going to earn these tokens, these stickers, these dollars for very little positive behavior. They might do one little thing and they're going to get rewarded to just really get that buy-in into the system. And then the long-term goal of the token system is that you would establish fading, that students would perform the positive behavior with less and less reinforcement, ultimately being able to phase out the reinforcement altogether. And so we're really shifting the negative behavior to positive behavior through the use of reinforcers. Secondly, if you don't feel like you need a whole class system, individualized student behavior plans can be very successful. These are typically kind of a prescription for specific student behavior. So if you have one student who potentially is kind of always calling out in class, you might have a plan for that one specific behavior. It is designed to decrease a behavior. It provides explicit instruction and intervention for that behavior. So the kid's going to know exactly what you're trying to fix and how you're going to do it. It looks at what environmental changes need to be done. It often can be combined with an FBA or functional behavior analysis, but the real key behind that is that it requires a lot of data. And so to implement a student behavior plan, we collect data. What's happening? When is it happening? How is it happening? Why do we think it's happening? And then we just really pick one behavior. We're not trying to kind of fix everything in a student in one behavior plan. Establish who's monitoring that plan. Look at, is the teacher checking in to check positives and negatives, or is the student really doing a self-reflection of checking in on their own behavior? Create the plan and be clear with the student about what the plan is. A student behavior plan should not look foreign to a student who's utilizing it. And then always be sure that you're collecting data to see how the progress is going.